So now we're going to study division algorithm with respect to polynomials. Before we go into that, let's take a simple problem where I am dividing 7 by 3. So I am dividing 7 by 3. 7 by 3, how do you divide? This, you put 7 here, you put 3 here. So 3 2s are 6, remainder is 1. This is known as the remainder. This is known as the dividend. This is known as the divisor. This is known as the quotient. So if I had to write this, I would write this as 7 is equal to 3 into 2 plus the remainder 1. Do you agree? 7 is equal to 3 into 2 plus remainder 1. This is just for you to understand. I hope you understood this. 7 is equal to 3 into 2, 6, 6 plus 1, 7. Correct, valid. Now, how do we apply this to our polynomials? If I divide two polynomials p of x by g of x, then p of x will be my dividend, g of x will be my polynomial, my divisor, sorry. G of x polynomial, that polynomial will be my divisor. Whatever I get my quotient, let's call it q of x, and let my remainder be r of x. So 7 is nothing but the dividend. Who is the dividend here? P of x is equal to 3. Who is that? Divisor. So who is it here? G of x into 2 quotient. Put the quotient q of x plus remainder r of x. This is known as my division algorithm of a polynomial. Is that enough? Do we have any other condition there? Here where r of x is 0 or let's say remainder is not 0, there is some remainder, then it is compulsory that the degree of r of x is less than the degree of g of x. Why? What does this statement mean? I will explain the statement when I start doing the problems. When we take the first 2-3 problems, you will understand why we are saying this. Okay, for now learn it like this. So this is the division algorithm where these are the conditions. Please write a small note. So they will give you p of x by g of x in the question and you have to find the quotient, remainder or different types of problem. When we do the division, we will follow this. It's not compulsory, but this makes it very easy. You will understand why as I do it. Always rearrange the polynomials from highest degree to lowest degree. Rearrange both p of x and g of x. Rearrange p of x and g of x from highest degree to lowest degree. I will explain when I do it. Also, fill missing terms for p of x only, not for g of x, only for p of x. Fill missing terms for p of x only. You still don't know what this means or this means. You will understand when I do the problems. Write it for now. From highest degree to lowest degree. Right. Write this now. When I start the numerical, you'll understand. So now let us begin. Example 2 is given. Divide this by this. So obviously the first one is my p of x according to what we have learned the algorithm. P of x is equal to 2x square plus 3x plus 1. G of x is equal to x plus 2. We have to learn, now we have to divide it. Okay, so let's start. P of x will be here. Highest degree to lowest degree. It's already in highest degree to lowest degree. X square, x and no x. X power 1, x power 0. Highest degree to lowest degree. Are there any terms missing? No. Power 2, power 1, power 0. No term missing. Power 1, power 0. No term missing. So start 2x square plus 3x plus 1. This is x plus 2. Carefully understand. Take the first term, take the first term. That's all. X into what will give me 2x square. X into what will give me 2x square. Different people solve it in different techniques. See, x, if you can guess and say 2x, very good. X into 2x gives me 2x square. Let us say you cannot guess. Then what to do? Keep the box here. Send the x that side. 2x square by x. X cancels. Box is 2x. Even this is fine. Okay? Actually speaking, this is long. This is for you to understand if you don't get the answer. If you can directly tell, very good. Okay? So x into 2x will give me 2x square. 2 into 2x, 4x. Put it here. It's division, and so you have to subtract. 1, there's nothing to do here, so it will come down as it is. 2x square and minus 2x square cancels. 3x minus 4x minus 1x. Bring the 1 down. Becomes plus 1. Now, x into what will give minus 1x? Take the first term, take the first term. X into what will give minus 1x? X into minus 1. How? X into what will give minus 1x? X into minus 1. So x into minus 1 minus 1x or minus x. 2 into minus 1 minus 2. Change the signs, plus, plus. Minus and this gets cancelled. 1 plus 2, 3. So my remainder here is 3. Is my remainder 0? No, it is 3. Or degree of remainder, if remainder is not 0, that means degree of remainder should be less than degree of divisor. What is the degree of remainder? 0. Why? Because this is x power 0, there is no x. Degree of remainder is 0. Degree of divisor here is 1. Is it less? Yes, it is less. Why? Let's say it was not less. Let's say you had an x. That means you can continue to solve. You can put 3x here. Let's say it was an x cube. You can still continue to solve. When will you stop? Only when you cannot multiply and get something more. Understanding? So, if you multiply x with something, it is going to be x or more than x itself. So, only when the degree of remainder becomes lesser, you cannot multiply something to get the answer, which is why that condition is given, as degree of remainder is less than degree of divisor. Divide p of x by g of x. P of x is 3x cube plus x square plus 2x plus 5. G of x, 1 plus 2x plus x square. What did I tell you in the note? Rearrange from highest degree to lowest degree. 3, 2, 1, 0. It's already rearranged. It's not rearranged. Rearrange it. So I'm rearranging this. So this will become x square plus 2x plus 1. 2, 1, 0. Yes? Now we will start dividing. So write down 3x power 3 plus x square plus 2x plus 5. Here you have x square plus 2x plus 1. Let's begin. X square into what gives 3x cube? X square into what gives 3x cube? X square, there is one more x coming here. So there is an x, there is a 3. So 3x. Agreed? For those who are not getting it, x square into what gives 3x cube? Send the x square down. 3x cube by x square cancels, you are left with 3x. I'll do this only for the first few problems. After that, I will directly do it. This is for you to understand. X square into 3x gives 3x cube. 2x into 3x. 2 3s are 6. X into x, x square. Plus 6x square. Write it under the x square term only. 1 into 3x, 3x. Signs change. Cancels. 1x square minus 6x square minus 5x square plus 2 minus 3 minus 1 plus 5. Can I stop or can I continue? I have x square here. X square into something can give x square? Yes, you can. If it was x, would you continue? No, because x square into anything will never give you x, because we are taking it only in whole numbers, right? The powers. Okay, so now x square into what will give minus 5x square? This is easy. X square into minus 5 will give minus 5x square. 2x into minus 5x minus 10x. 1 into minus 5 minus 5. Plus, plus, plus. Cancel, cancel. Minus 1 plus 10 plus 9x. 5 plus 5, 10. So you have your quotient as 3x minus 5 and remainder as 9x plus 10. Can I continue further? No, I cannot continue further. Why? X square into any other number will give me x square or more than x square, x cube, x power 4, x power 5. I want x. No. For positive whole numbers, it is not possible, which is why when degree of remainder becomes less than degree of divisor, you stop. The degree of remainder here is 1. Here it is 2. Cannot go further. So example 8, P of x is given as 3x square minus x cube minus 3x plus 5. And g of x is given as x minus 1 minus x square. What did I tell you? Rearrange from highest degree to lowest degree, and if there are any missing terms in P of x, fill it. So first rearrange minus x cube plus 3x square minus 3x plus 5. Degree is going from 3 to 1, 0. Correct. Here minus x square plus x minus 1. 2, 1, 0. Also correct. Now you have to do P of x by g of x. So now what is the g of x? Minus x square plus x minus 1. What's the P of x? Minus x power 3 plus 3x square minus 3x plus 5. Yeah, let's begin. So minus x square into what will give me minus x cube? Minus x square into what will give me minus x cube? Minus x square into what will give me minus x cube? Minus minus cancels. X cube by x square, so you're getting x. Agreed? Yes. Minus x square into x gives me minus x cube. Plus x into plus x square. Minus 1 into x minus x. Change the signs. Plus, minus, plus. Cancels, cancels. Plus 3 minus 1 plus 2, 2x square. Minus 3 plus 1 minus 2x plus 5. Now what do we do next? Minus x square into what will give 2x square? Minus x square into what will give 2x square? Minus x square into what will give 2x square? This what is what? 2x square by minus x square. Cancels, cancels, minus 2. So minus x square into minus 2 will give plus 2x square. Plus x into minus 2, minus 2x. Minus 1 into minus 2, plus 2. Change the signs. Cancels, 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 cancels. 5 minus 2, 3. So that's your remainder. In this question, they have also asked us to verify the division algorithm. So what is the verification part? See, P of x here is minus x cube plus 3x square minus 3x plus 5. We already know that. And what did we get g of x as? Minus x square plus x plus 1, minus 1. This was also given in the question. We got q of x as x minus 2 and we have r of x as 3. Now how do we verify this? How do we verify this? Division algorithm verification. What does division algorithm tell you? P of x is equal to g of x into q of x plus r of x, where P of x is the dividend, g of x is the divisor, q of x is the quotient and r of x is the remainder. So you have to get LHS equals RHS, that's all. So or you can start from this RHS side, solve and go. If you get P of x, you get your answer. So we'll start with this. We'll see whether we get P of x, okay? So now equal to, what is g of x? Minus x square plus x minus 1. What is q of x? X minus 2. What is r of x? 3. So what happens now? Take x, first we'll take the x inside. X will go inside, so, and then we'll take the other one. X into minus x square minus x cube. X into x plus x square. X into minus 1 minus x minus 2. Minus 2 into x square plus 2x square. Minus 2 into x minus 2x. Minus 2 into minus 1 plus 2 plus 3. What happens now? Minus x cube. This is done. X square plus 2x square plus 3x square. Minus x minus 2x minus 3x. 2 plus 3, 5. You can see this is nothing but P of x. Hence, the division algorithm is verified. Before we understand the next problem, let us understand a few basics. If I say 6 is equal to 3 into 2, do you agree? 6 is equal to 3 into 2. Yes, 6 is equal to 3 into 2. So, therefore, I can say 3 and 2 are the factors of 6. 3 and 2 are the factors of 6. If something is a factor of a number, that number is divisible by that number, meaning 3 and 2 are factors of 6. That means if I divide 6 by 3, my remainder will be 0. Do you agree? Yes. So, if you divide a number by its factor, the remainder is always 0 because it is exactly divisible, which is why I can say 6 is divisible by 3. And if I actually divide 6 by 3, what do I get? I get 2, which is nothing but the other remaining factor. See, 6 is divisible by 3, I get other factor. So, 6 is again divisible by 2. I chose 2 now. When I divide 6 by 2, I got 3, which is the other factor. So, what we are trying to understand in this part here is, if you divide a number by its factor, remainder is 0. So, forget the remainder now. And if you divide a number by its factor, whatever answer you get, that is a quotient, whatever answer you get. See, 6 by 2 if I divide, 2 3s are 6 0. This is a quotient, right? Yes. So, when you divide a number by its factor, whatever is the quotient, it is nothing but the other factor. So, you get all the other factors in that quotient. We will now extend what I just taught you to polynomials. Let's see an example and understand. Let's say the polynomial is x square plus 5x plus 6. I have factorized this. I split the middle term, 3x plus 2x, took out the factors. X plus 3 and x plus 2 are called the factors of the equation. Do you agree? Yes. X plus 3 and x plus 2 are called the factors of the equation. Then you take x plus 3 equals 0, you get x equals minus 3. You take x plus 2 equals 0, you get x equals minus 2. This minus 3 and minus 2 are called the zeros of the equation, or zeros of the polynomial. So this is the factors of the polynomial, this is the zeros of the polynomial. Fine till here, fine? Yes. So now x square plus 5x plus 6 equals x plus 3 into x plus 2, we know. Now see, this is a factor. If I divide a number by its factor, what do I get? The other factor. Whatever is the quotient is nothing but your other factors. So if you divide a number by its factor, the quotient, the answer you get, first of all, remainder is 0, and the answer you get are nothing but your remaining other factors. I hope this is clear, very important. If you didn't understand, rewind the video a little and go through it again. Also, one more thing what we have to understand here is, let us say they give you, we know that the zeros of an equation are minus 3 and minus 2. Find the equation. Can you find? Yes, you can. If these are the zeros, what then? X plus 3 equals 0 and x equals minus 2. So, x plus 2 equals 0. Now, multiply these two. X plus 2 into x plus 3 equals 0. Or x plus 3 into x plus 2. So, from the zeros, you can get the factors also. This is the other thing you need to know. If you have the factors, you can get the zeros. If you have the zeros, you can get the factors. No problem. Two things to remember here. If you have factors, you can get zeros. If you have zeros, you can get factors. Next thing that you need to understand is, if you divide a polynomial by its factor, whatever answer you get, those are nothing but remaining factors put together. Fine? Yes. Find all the zeros of the polynomial if you know that two of its zeros are root 2 and minus root 2. Listen carefully. They have given the polynomial as 2x power 4 minus 3x power 3 minus 3x square plus 6x minus 2. It is already from highest degree to lowest degree. It is also given that root 2 and minus root 2 are the zeros of the polynomial, are two of its zeros. Therefore, can I take x minus root 2? How? This is x equals root 2 and x equals minus root 2 are the zeros of the polynomial. So I can now say x minus root 2, send the root to the side, x minus root 2, and here comma x plus root 2 are the factors of the polynomial. If you multiply two factors, that is still a factor. What does that mean? Let us say 3 into 4 into 2, 24. Okay, 24. 3, 4 and 2 are prime factors of 24. 4 into 2, 8. 8 is also a factor of 24. 3 into 4, 12. It is also a factor of 24. That means if you multiply the two factors, you will still be a factor of that number. So, I can therefore say, let g of x equal to x minus root 2 into x plus root 2. It is also a factor? Yes? So, let g of x be this. So, it is also a factor. Is also a factor of the given polynomial. So, you can write off p of x. Should complete. Okay. A plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square. So, x square minus root 2 square, x square minus 2. Now, I have p of x, I have a factor g of x. If I divide it, whatever quotient I get, that will have my remaining factors. Why? We just understood before this. So, now we are going to divide these two. So, now let us divide it. X square into what gives 2x power 4? You can do this method. I will do it only for the first one. X square into what is 2x power 4? This box is nothing but 2x power 4 by x square. X square, this cancels, so you are left with 2x square. So, x square into 2x square is 2x power 4. Minus 2 into 2x square. Minus 2 into 2 minus 4x square. So, minus 4x square. Be careful. Look here. Minus 2 into 2 minus 4, minus 4x square. Don't write it below the cube term. You have to go to the square term and write it only. So, minus 4x square minus plus. So, these two cancels. Minus 3x cube comes down as it is. Minus 3x square plus 4x square is giving us plus 1x square plus 6x minus 2. X square into what will give minus 3x cube? X square should become x cube, so there should be an x. The constant is minus 3. So, you get minus 3x cube, minus 2 into minus 3 minus plus 6, minus 2 into minus 3 plus 6, there is an x, so plus 6x. Add, here it becomes subtract, changing signs. X square minus 2. X square into what will give x square? Plus 1. 2 minus 2 into plus 1 minus 2. Change the signs. You get the remainder as 0. Applying division algorithm, what can we do now? We can write p of x is equal to g of x into q of x plus r of x, correct? So, carefully understand this. What is p of x? P of x is that given polynomial. What is g of x? X square minus 2. Q of x, 2x square minus 3x plus 1 plus 0. That will go away. We already know x square minus 2 on top. How did we get it? We already know the factors of x square minus 2. What were the factors? What were the factors of x square minus 2? x minus root 2 into x plus root 2, correct? So this is nothing but x minus root 2 into x plus root 2. We already know that. What are these remaining factors? This is what is our important part. That's why I told you the quotient will have the remaining factors. See, it has the remaining factors. 2 into 1, product is 1. Sum is minus 3. So how do we get that? Minus 2 minus 1. Is it possible? Product is 2 into 1, 2. Sum is the middle term, minus 3. Minus 2 minus 1 gives 2. Into minus 2 into minus 1 gives 2. Minus 2 minus 1 gives 3. So this is satisfied. So it becomes 2x square minus 2x minus 1x plus 1. So now you have this part as it is. We only worried about this now. 2x into x minus 1. Here also there should be x minus 1. So your filler term is minus 1. This one is as it is. So you're left with x minus 1 into 2x minus 1. So here you have x minus root 2, x plus root 2. Therefore, what are the zeros? The zeros of the polynomial are x minus root 2 equated to 0, you get root 2. X plus root 2 equated to 0, you get minus root 2. Put x minus 1 equal to 0, you get 1. Put 2x minus 1 equal to 0, what do you get? 2x minus 1 equal to 0, 2x equals 1, x equals 1 by 2. So this is your fourth zero. So who are the other two zeros? The other two zeros are nothing but 1 and 1 by 2.